loose balls that Memphis was getting to. Xavier Tillman, all of a sudden, I'm like, bro, who is he? Well, he gave it to Anthony Davis. He gave it to us. And that's what I keep telling you. Which Anthony Davis? Am I gonna get Anthony Davis that gave me 30 and 20, or am I gonna get the guy that gave me 8 and 7? Well, he gave me 13 and 9 last night, and he wouldn't have gave me 13 until he hit that last three with like a minute to go in the game.
Yeah. I hear you. I give you that. But it was such a weird game because in the first half alone, when the tone needed to be set, Anthony Davis blocked 5 shots in the first half. And I'm thinking, that's good. That's good enough to be in control of this game. How many times have you seen Anthony block 5.5? He had 5 for the game, so he didn't block a shot in the second half. But he's going up against the new defensive player of the year in Jaren Jackson. So Anthony's problem is if he's going to try to attack the rim on Jaren Jackson, he's the best shot blocker in basketball. So you got to give Jaren some credit because he's going to make it hard at the rim on Anthony Davis.
But Skip, even when Anthony Davis, when Jaren Triple J wasn't there, he makes AD hesitate. Because even when he had Xavier Tillman, Skip Conchar blocked the dunk.
Can we see that real quick? Because this is...
That ain't no defensive player of the year.
This is about as embarrassing as you can get. John Conchar, undrafted, blocked that. At 6'5", he blocked 6'10". And you know what? You got to give Conchar some credit because he timed it and he got up. Yeah. And Anthony looks like he's got it until the last second, and then he don't got it. And yet, John Conchar, I just looked this up, he blocked 25 total shots in 72 games that he played. He's not a shot blocker.
No.
He's 5 inches shorter. It was embarrassing, and it was another flashpoint moment when the home team's saying, oh, we got this.
That lets you know one team came to play and the other team did not. You can talk. Skip, it's easy to say, okay, we got one, we're going to get greedy. It's a lot easier said than done. It's kind of like the person that, when they're hungry and you see fighters, Skip, we see this a lot with fighters, they make it. We know Conor McGregor isn't the same fighter once he got that $100 million payday from Floyd.
No.
It's as simple as that.
In his mind, he's semi-retired. He did.
Skip, it gets harder. It's easy to pull up to the gym in a beat-up Chevy and get your head kicked as opposed to pull up with a Rolls Royce or a Bentley or Ferrari. Hold on. I'm driving a Ferrari and I'm getting my teeth kicked in. No, I'm good, cuz. I'm good with this. So the same drive isn't there.
Okay. I got it. And you are correct. But I tried to make the point to you going into this game that I look at these numbers over the last 3 years when Ja has not been able to play, and there's been quite a bit of time that he hasn't been able to play. Their winning percentage is actually 30 points higher without Ja. That's because this team is so deep that they have the most trustable, dependable backup point guard in the league. I love Tyus Jones, and ironically, he played a nice floor game because the key stat is he had only 1 turnover. But he missed all 5 of his 3-point shots, and he's a 37% 3-point shooter.
Right.
Shannon, the shame of last night was they didn't exactly shoot you out of the gym from 3. Usually the big upsets happen when the home team, the hopeless underdog, makes 23-point shots. They shot 30%, 30.6% from 3, right? They did make 11, but they took 11 of 36. It's not good enough to pull off an upset. And yet, as you know and I know, the game never was really that close, right? No. And yet the Lakers shot 26.9% from 3, 7 of 26. It's just not good. They were the home team was actually begging for you to win the game, and you couldn't do it.
Right. I think it's Skip, and a lot of times you watch, they got real careless guarding the 3. D'Angelo Russell gives up a 3, then he has a lazy pass, and then Luke Kennard's intercepts it, then he fouls him, and now you got a 4-point play. That's 7 points that you just gave up. LeBron was trying to, worried about the lane, and then Roddy hits a couple of 3s in the corner on him. And it just seemed like they weren't focused. And then out of the half, Skip, they just came out, I'm sure the head coach, I forget, Darvin Ham. Skip, I'm sure that he drew us, this is what we're going to do defensively. When they do this, they're going to do that. Skip, the first 2 possessions out, they give up layups to Tillman. He got to take a time. I'm like, that's lack of focus. That's not being in tune to what you got to get going on. That's like, hey, we got one, guys. We going back home. We going to play in front of our crowd. First time, we got to play first time and play out with a full crowd.
Full house, Okay.
They weren't ready to play.
All right. They were not ready to play. And yet Memphis, you have to give them credit because they're so deep. They've lost Brandon Clark. They obviously lost Steven Adams. They obviously just standing at the end of the bench, cheerleading instead of being able to play.
Right.
And yet, every time I look up, there's somebody coming off the bench, Aldama or that David Roddy. I love David Roddy.
Yeah.
And they stole him in the draft because he was the Mountain West Player of the Year at Colorado State. When I saw him in the Summer League, I said, that kid can play.
Right.
And he comes in and makes 3 big threes last night. And Conchar has the big block. And Xavier Tillman has come from nowhere because he did next to nothing this year.
Right.
You know, he's a low average. He averaged 7, 5, and 2 this year. And he comes in and has the game of his life.
Luke Kennard.
Okay, Luke Kennard. They picked him up, obviously, from the Clippers. Zach Kleiman is their architect, their team builder, their GM. He won the Executive of the Year last year. He's 34 years of age. This little note for your friend Travis Kelce. I did a lot of my podcast in response to him, but he should check out Zach Kleiman. He never even played high school basketball, and yet he is the guru of the Memphis Grizzlies, and I doubt he could score 1 point in an NBA game.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the point is that this is the team assembled, and it's so deep, it's still dangerous without some of its top players.
Skip, and this is what I tell people all the time. You have to, no matter, if you take the best player, Giannis, and you take the 400th player, they're still in the same league.
They are.
If you don't take that guy serious, he will eat your lunch. I made that mistake. Oh, man, that joker can't play. And the guy held me to 2 catches for like 12 yards, and I got a concussion.
Yeah.
I never underestimated anybody again. He's a pro. Any pro can make another pro look foolish.
Okay.
Xavier Tillman made AD look foolish because he didn't take him serious, Skip.
I agree. Okay, so as I look ahead to Game 3, and I listen to what Dylan Brooks said about your man LeBron James, I look back at this game and I say, timeout. Do you realize that Dylan Brooks got his 4th foul with 9.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter?
Yes.
And I'm thinking, LeBron, you could have eaten his lunch. Just get down. You can get him out of the game. It's ridiculous that he was able to last through the rest of the game with 4 fouls, and then he had one more 5. But he only fouled LeBron 1 time. LeBron shot 4 total free throws in the game with Dylan Brooks guarding him.
But you remember, Skip, look at I think LeBron last 6 points. He got him at the rim.
Okay, let's. I'm going to show you the 2 buckets.
Okay.
There are 2 late buckets that cut the score to 6, and I thought both times that wait a second, maybe this is 348 and 310 if we could see these 2 shots.
Yeah.
Where LeBron just said, "You can't guard me. This is I'm just too good for you." He has no hope, no chance.
Right.
That's the first one. Okay, then let's see a next. This is about 40 seconds later. That's the
dagger 3.
Brooks. That's the dagger. But he had back-to-back buckets at the rim where he just took him
This is
underneath.
right here.
I believe this is it. Just give it to him down low. Okay. And Dylan Brooks is watching because he can't stop him at the rim. And I'm thinking, the line looks pretty good. He had his 28 points. Shannon, I'm not exaggerating. He could have had 50 on Dylan Brooks because Dylan Brooks can't handle him.
It's kind of, Skip, what you saw last night and what made you so upset with the Cowboys with Michael when they dropped him in coverage. Rush him!
Yeah, no,
LeBron, just go to the back. Just go post him up.
Or attack him more.
Yes.
Drive him. Because what's wrong with this box score is LeBron shot 4 free throws.
Yeah.
The Lakers led the league in free throw attempts.
Yeah.
Well, they only had 21, and so did the home team. Okay, it's not good enough.
But Jaren Jackson shot 10, he had 10 attempts.
Yeah.
Because he's driving the basketball.
He's driving the basketball. I agree. Attack mode. Obviously, I'm still bullish on the Lakers to win this series. I'm bullish on them to get to the conference finals. But that was pathetically unacceptable last night. And now they've just made the road longer. That's what they did.
They definitely made that. Yeah. But Skip, D. Ham might have to cut that bench. Yeah. Because he's getting nothing from Troy Brown.
No.
No, Sunday night, too.
Yeah.
And Malik Beasley, it's just like the moment. I'm like, bruh. It's just like if LeBron's on the court, he can't make a shot.
No, I got it. And as you know, the deeper you get into this tournament, the shorter your bench should get.
Well, it should be short now.
It is. But Hachimura is still rising and shining.
They said, let's see if he can do it again Wednesday. He did it again Wednesday.
Yeah, that's true. He did. He
did
took
it again.
The challenge, and he did it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Game 3, gentlemen, Saturday in L.A.
Ooh.
All right. Let's continue with the NBA playoffs. Well, the Warriors go down 0-3 tonight with no Draymond Green. Are they in big trouble? Plus, KD and the Suns, you think they're in the driver's seat, guys, with their series with the Clippers. Don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports Channel on SiriusXM.